I'm Margaret Jo McCullen.
And I'm Teri Rialto.
And this is
The Delicious Dish. Now, do we have some fun in store for our audience today?
We sure do.
We have got some very special guests. Now, well, it's not our number one fan. This is Mr. and Mrs. Landers, and they are our number 2 and 2.5 fans. Yes.
We accept the position. Thank you.
Welcome.
Yeah.
Welcome.
Great to be here.
Thank you. Thanks for coming in. So the Landers are a family here at St. John the Baptist Catholic School, which we are live on location to promote their spring auction. Yeah. So
oftentimes they allow us to stay at their house when we're here.
they do. They have a very big driveway that can fit our Winnebago.
And a lot of snow,
Yes.
if you need snow.
Yes. We plan to take some home with us, actually, to Kansas.
And a double oven. We use their double oven.
We do.
Yep.
Yes. Now, we're chatting with I'm sorry, but before we get into that, you may notice that
Yes.
Margaret Jo and I we've got some special attire on today.
We do.
Beyond our delicious dishware. Yes. So today starts March Madness. And as Catholics, heaven, Harvard, hoops.
Yes.
The trifecta.
It
It's
really
extremely
is.
important.
It is.
Yes.
So now, the first thing we're going to talk about today is that one of the amazing items that is up for bid was built by this gentleman right here.
Yes.
It is a beautiful, now you tell us, Mr. Landers, I have said this is multifunctional. It could be a table, it could be a bench,
A buffet.
an elevated buffet server.
It's a little large, but it could also serve as firewood.
Oh,
I mean, maybe not the first choice, but
it's far too beautiful for
It
that.
is.
Yes.
I was also thinking of another use just the other day. For those of you out there who may have a particular area of your living room floor that you are just really tired of looking at, it makes a wonderful cover.
Oh, see, the possibilities are endless. Now, can you, being that this is the solemnity of Saint Joseph, the carpenter, yeah, can you tell us all about your woodworking and how you got into this trade?
Absolutely. Well, for starters, although I do aspire to the likes of St. Joseph, I recognize that is quite a long ways away yet. But several years ago, during the first round with Exodus 90, where it's a program where we give up quite a few things in asceticism and increase prayer, and I found myself with quite a bit more time because there was no more TV and many other things. So I decided that it was time to construct some bunk beds for my girls.
Hi.
Now, Jessica and I have 5 girls and 2 boys today, and that means it's a lot of beds. So I started out by building some bunk beds, and I found out that it was just really enjoyable, and I can appreciate, hopefully what St. Joseph would also have appreciated is the enjoyment of working with wood.
That story can't be topped.
And I've got to tell you, those bunk beds, I can't get Margaret Jo out of bed when we stay with the Landers on our trips here.
The girls stay in the Winnebago.
They do.
I just push them right out.
And she just can't get this one out of bed.
They let me borrow their stuffies too.
They do. They are well made. Now, also on this table, which our viewers will insert this for you to see as we're discussing it, what I love about this table is that it has some really unique accents that look like water. What is that, Mr. Landers?
Well, the table is constructed of locally sourced beetle kill pine. So as opposed to letting all of those trees just die a sad death, we thought maybe we could turn it into something beautiful and lasting.
New life.
New life.
And the fill, the blue part that you'll notice, is actually an epoxy resin.
Epoxy.
That's fun to say.
It is fun to say.
Francisco.
Yeah, epoxy.
It's fun, like Chuchi
Oh,
and
Also
it's
fun to
very
say.
close to Chuchi.
Umberto. I just love the names here.
Epoxy.
Oh, now, so you've got 7 children. How many are attending St. John's currently?
We have 4 in St. John's and 1 in preschool here.
Oh my goodness. I've got to tell you, this lady, she's like the super mom.
She is.
She is.
You should see the cape.
Oh,
There's a whole uniform.
I've just sat back and watched her.
I know.
And then felt
it's
guilty.
incredible.
Yes.
And here's a little known fact about Mrs. Landers. She makes the best lemon curd this side of the Mississippi.
How do you make the lemon curd, honey?
It's a secret.
We've tried to get this recipe.
Mm-hmm.
She's not sharing.
And see, I think the teachers at St. John the Baptist are the superheroes.
Now,
See, I bring my children in all sorts of conditions, drop them off at school in the morning, and don't pick them up for 7 hours. And then we just welcome them back with hugs at the end of the day, and it's just wonderful.
I hear such wonderful things about them now.
Oh, they are amazing. And, that's really a testament, though. Much of what Margaret Jo and I have heard is it's all about the community here at St. John's, that it is a collective effort between the teachers, the parents, the priests.
It takes a village.
It does take a
Truly
village.
And when you have
does.
7, it takes 7 villages.
Yes.
Wait, that's not how that works.
This is a great village.
Yes, absolutely. Now, can you talk about some of the things that you love about sending your children here? What are some things that you value so much?
We love how our children are formed in the faith as they grow in academics. They're all thriving this year coming to school in person. And everything we're teaching them at home and teaching them when we go to Mass is echoed in their classroom at school. And this isn't just that strange thing mom and dad make us do, but it's their friends and their community is doing this together with them. And it's been phenomenal to have them here at St. John's.
Pass the tissues.
Terry, Margaret Jo, don't
I just
turn the.
need to take a deep breath.
I know, that is beautiful.
That's very sweet.
That
Take
is
your time
beautiful.
if you need a minute.
Deep breaths. Now, so 7 children. You're busy. Yeah, your hands are full. And the importance of keeping them in a school, and I would imagine with other parents too, like you mentioned, with their friends, having people that can help support and really model what you want them to turn into. I would imagine that would be a great comfort. Yes.
It really is. And when we get to see some of our kids' teachers and friends and families at Mass on Sundays, it's a really welcome sight to know that we're all there together and worshiping together as a community.
Yes.
And that not one of us is apart from that, but that we all do this together. And
Yes.
in many ways, it takes my weird dad requirements out of the equation because everybody's doing it. So it's no longer just weird dad stuff.
Right. Yeah, that is so important. The whole idea of family, and we really feel that
Well, we do.
whenever we
here.
are at St. John's. It's what we love about coming here. It's incredible.
And I'd like to take this opportunity, if I may, to announce and welcome, for those that may not know, the expected arrival of who we've affectionately deemed Octavius. There is an 8th joining the herd.
Oh,
So
Well, cheers to that.
Cheers
know.
all around.
Cheers.
And to the one doing all the work.
Oh,
Very good.
so you've got a little carrot in the patch that's growing. Oh, that's
Preschool, get ready.
you're just keeping this school in business.
For many years to come. That's fabulous.
Absolutely. Now, one of the things that you mentioned that we have been so impressed with is that St. John's has been open for in-person learning all year. All year. Like August, and it is now almost the end of March.
It's March. Yeah, good.
That's amazing.
It's incredible. I mean, I've got to ask, were you a little nervous in the summer with the thought of school potentially not reopening?
I don't think nerves begins to describe it.
Terrified, anxious.
We had just experienced the longest summer vacation ever,
Yeah,
with everybody home every day.
about 6 months.
I don't know who was more excited to be back in person, the kids or me. It was great.
Yeah,
It was good for all of us. Yeah.
absolutely. Well, and just the comfort of knowing that, we've talked a little bit about how things aren't completely back to normal this year, but just being together with their friends, not having to wear masks in the classrooms, going to mass. I mean, that's important stuff.
And now they get to go to adoration once a week. Also a highlight.
That's what we've heard.
We've heard that started, and it's just gonna take this one sign off to make it permanent.
He is
Which-
number one
Oh,
for a reason.
absolutely. Now we should ask, because we are on official Father Umberto watch.
He's supposed to come back today.
It's now we've got a little insider information from a certain parochial vicar who shall remain nameless. But his arrival has actually been pushed out a few days. And the latest that we've heard is Tuesday. We've heard that Fatouche, his camel, he's on the camel racing circuit.
Oh, very popular, well known.
Absolutely. He has crossed the border from Montana into Wyoming.
But the winds can set you back a little bit.
Especially
And
with those humps. I mean, they act like sails.
They do. They do. And it has slowed his arrival down.
Yeah.
But
He's had to take a bit of a break in Wyoming.
he did. But we hear he's outside of Sheridan.
It's exciting.
So the countdown's on before this guy comes
I
back.
can't wait to see you.
So we have been asking all parents, any members of the community, if you have a Father Umberto sighting, let the school know. Whispers of travelers. Yeah.
I mean, we know he's not staying at their house because we are.
Oh, Margaret Jo would have found him.
Oh, yes.
She would have found him.
She found all the lemon curd before I ever saw
Sure
it.
did.
She did. She
Yep.
did.
And I have my hugging sweatshirt on today.
She does. She does.
Tackled our number one fan.
Now, when we are not here helping St. John's with their fundraiser, Margaret Jo spends a lot of time watching the rectory, just making sure there's not a camel sighting.
I sure do. Yeah. I have special glasses.
She does. She does. We just can't wait.
Speaking of that fundraiser, there were a couple items that looked pretty appealing.
Oh, now, what are you particularly interested in?
Well, I'm not telling anyone my paddle number.
Please don't.
No.
Please don't.
No sharing.
No.
But there is a dinner with an unknown guest. And I love unknown guests. They just pop by the house and surprise. You're always ready.
Yes.
And the kids are, dressed and fed and clean. And the house is immaculate. So
Yes.
if I had a chance for a surprise guest.
Now, we have a very special video coming out on that item,
We really do.
but we're
Can't wait.
saving,
One of our best.
that's going to be for Sunday. So, but if you get on Handbid, you'll know exactly what Mr. Landers is speaking about.
But there are quite a few items that are
Oh,
already getting a number of bids.
yes,
That's exciting.
absolutely. Now, Mrs. Landers, what is your favorite item? It's hard to choose.
It has been hard to choose. We were talking about it on our way over here, of which would be most interesting. Whether it's one of the gift card items to go and support local businesses here in Longmont, or if it's that Lord of the Rings shelf that we've seen. It's fantastic.
Fine craftsmanship.
Could be our precious.
The one to rule them all, I've heard.
You may be outbid, Margaret Jo.
Now, Mrs. Landers, we've talked about this.
Now, actually, speaking with some of the teachers today at St. John's, we were fortunate enough during the Feast of St. Joseph to share some pastries with them. Yes, down at their altar. They built an altar in the school today. It's incredible. We'll insert a picture into this video. And they were talking about just how important this spring fundraiser is to the school because it looks different this year. You know, there's not a live auction and, you know, people can't gather together like we normally do, even though they're hosting a social event.
You still could have the dance party in your living room.
You could.
Which is one of our favorite parts of the
Absolutely.
event, for sure.
Yes, yes. But they were talking about how they really appreciate the support of the parents in their community because the proceeds from this event help them with so many different things throughout the school year that they need. Resources, materials, everything from field trips to books to paper.
Buses.
Yes, yes,
Rent a bus
absolutely.
to go on field trips.
Yes. There's many things that they require here. They are hoping that they just purchased for next year a new theology of the body curriculum for grades K through 8, right?
It's outstanding.
It's
It
amazing.
is, and there are so many supplemental books for the littles. Great picture books.
And those picture books don't just grow on trees.
No.
It takes some green to purchase those. It takes some money.
It does.
And that
Not free.
it is not. And they are so thankful. But I do feel like there's a little bit of concern because this has to be their most successful fundraiser of the year. So we need our people to get out there and bid.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
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 We really do.
We do. We do.
There's no waiting around.
no.
There's no putting it off.
Right.
Maybe tomorrow.
Right.
No, today.
You can't say you got tied up
Today.
talking to somebody at the auction.
Nope.
No,
That's not an excuse.
it is not. And you are going to miss out on some fabulous items.
I agree.
Craftsmanship exists at the school.
Mm-hmm.
Dinners. Not only is there a dinner with a special surprise guest, there's a dinner with the Archbishop
For 10.
for 10 people.
I mean, we could go and even bring our whole family and then one of you two. We're not sure who yet. We haven't made up our minds. If we win.
But it's down at his house,
It is.
which is beautiful, I've heard.
Yes, it is. Sometimes Cardinal Stafford stays when he's in town. You could meet a cardinal.
It's possible.
It's possible.
You just don't ever know.
You never know.
Good times.
The good thing about bidding now, instead of waiting until Sunday right before it ends, is that Handbid will let you know when you've been outbid, so you can jump right back in there and get your item back.
Stay
That
on
is
top.
that is such a good point. See, super moms know all
They do.
those time saving tips.
I know.
That is a great tip, Mrs. Landers. Yeah, set your bid. Don't worry about it.
You can. You can just set it.
Yep.
To your limit, and
Yeah.
And then when the limit gets reached, you can just increase the limit
It's true.
if needed.
Right.
The options are endless.
Absolutely. Absolutely. The support is crucial. Is crucial for the upcoming school year. Yeah. And these teachers have worked so hard. The kids have worked so hard. The parents have worked so hard. Why not just conclude this year with the best fundraiser they have ever had?
That would be the cherry on top of the sundae. Cherry on top.
Absolutely.
Would you put that sundae in a dish?
A delicious.
A delicious
A
dish.
delicious dish.
It's a good place for it.
We sure would.
We may need to recruit you, Mr. Landers, to produce this show.
Can always use more producers.
Margaret Jo's a little tough to work with sometimes, but
Easy.
she's not called the Diva of Western Kansas podcasts for nothing.
Nope.
But we still love her.
I can be difficult.
Good times.
Not very flexible.
It's okay. It's okay. So get out there and bid.
Mm-hmm.
Support the school. Support local craftsmen, families.
Families, children.
Share this with people out of state. You don't have to be here to bid.
No.
You can bid from anywhere in the world. Anywhere. Longmont, Lebanon, Sheridan, Wyoming.
Uh-huh. New York City,
Sky's the limit.
San Diego.
Now you're just naming cities.
Yes.
Yeah, that's true.
She sat in on geography today with Miss Byrne.
Yep.
She couldn't get enough.
There was a quiz.
There was.
Those
Oh,
were all the answers. I just named them all.
good work. Good work. Well, thank you for joining us here today to talk about the school and your experiences here, and thank you for supporting the mission of Catholic education. It really is crucial to the ministry of the church and for the future of our faith. We just can't say enough about the parents that make the sacrifices in their own life to send their children to school at Catholic schools. It's so important. So thank you.
Thank you.
And thank you, first of all, to our priests for your faithful service and everything you do for us, for our family, and for our community. There's just not words to say where we'd be without the priests and having such good ones at our parish. So thank you to them. Thank you to all the teachers that have done such a wonderful job, and administrators with all of our kids thus far, and what they've had to deal with when we drop them off in whatever state that may be. Phenomenal. But to all the teachers and all the staff, we feel incredibly blessed to be lucky enough to be part of the community.
Very blessed indeed.
Wow.
We can't say more than
No.
that.
Until next time.
Season's Eatings.